They about to look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topic? Crew looking like pentatonics, locked in, recording in tropics. And the East Big 3, Big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Thought biz while smoking exotics, we lit, never thought about it. Cause they about to look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topics? In a way back, all black, I'm talking, feeling like Shaq, I weigh my options. And the East Big 3, Big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Thought biz while smoking exotics, it's saucy all the projects, it's saucy.
What is up? What is up? What is up? We back. MSD is back. RCR Presents MSD Sports. My name is Sam, also known as Bobby K. We got Michael John over here with the sticker over here. And we got Camden over here. And let's get it. Episode 27. Mikey, introduce yourself. Mikey, introduce yourself.
Number 27. Shout out to the 27 Club, but we made it. This is my boy Michelangelo right here from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Y'all know what's good with that. It's your boy Michael John coming to you straight out the 02135 Boston. It's getting hot over here. Thank God my Celtics looking good because my Red Sox is killing me.
Yes, sir. Springtime is here. Camden, what is up?
What's going on? You know what it is. It's your boy Camden Lee, a.k.a. Mr. Club Paradise. I'm with the greatest trio ever assembled. MSD Sports. You know what it is. The weather's been a little bipolar out in California. We don't know if it's going to rain. We don't know if it's going to be
windy, bro, today.
It's one of those things. It's going crazy. Windy. Other than that, I'm living life. I'm with the greatest guys in the game. And we're back with another one, episode 27. YBK.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing today?
Let's go. Quick update. MSD Sports have been uploading some videos edited by yours truly, Michael John, right here in front of us. And yes, check us out at RCR MSD Sports. We got some cool little video ideas that we've been cooking up, and I hope you guys enjoy. And let's get it to the agenda. We gonna talk about MLB. Man, what's the news these days? Torpedo bats? What's going on? We gonna talk about that. NBA playoff teams coming close. Spots are being taken, guys. Some teams there's only a few opportunities left in this bracket right here, guys. NFL, some rule changes made by the owners and the NFL commission in total, and some NHL news, some quick NHL news, and it's very new. Some records are about to be broken. We gonna talk about that. But guys, we gonna start it off with the MLB. This kind of focuses on kind of my team because we've been hitting them bombs, but MLB, guys, Torpedo bats. Before that, let's talk about these Yankees. They swept these Milwaukee Brewers this weekend. Thursday we talked about on our Friday podcast, Yankees won 4-2. That was like a regular game.
Right.
But Saturday, Yankees won 20-9, guys. And that was the first game where in the first 3 pitches of the game, it was home run. And on Sunday, they won 12-3. And then it was a whole thing because, Yankees broke some records on some home runs. And they're like saying, they're using some new bat thingy. Now they call it torpedo bat. So it's like, what is this torpedo bat? So, guys, did you hear about this? Like, what'd you guys feel? What'd you guys think about this? Did you guys hear about this torpedo bat?
This situation with these torpedo bats has been going crazy on my timeline over the last few days. When I tell you I had no clue what in the world was going on, but when I saw a football score on an MLB, stat situation, I was a little concerned, wondering how my man's putting up 20 runs on these teams. Guys, I don't know about you, but I love this. I think at the end of the day, baseball has been in a place where it's been a little lackadaisical, a little slow, but having some bombs, having some dingers, being able to be hitting back to back. I know it's the Yankees. We wish it was the Red Sox, maybe using some of those torpedo bats, but we love to see it, and then we love the game. I mean, Michael John, I know it's tough talking about the Yankees, especially when it's some teams. However, how do you feel about these torpedo bats, and how you feel about these dingers? Because I know you love a good dinger.
Well, I think in the sense of how is the game going to be interesting and how's it going to be entertaining, the average fan wants to see home runs. So off the bat, I'm not mad about it, right? I feel like at first I saw some hilarious memes. I can remember playing this game, MVP Baseball, from 2004. Yes. If you type this certain name for the character, I forget, John Patterson, it give you this big bat. And they were putting Aaron Judge's face with the big bat. I'm laughing basically what's happening. But I appreciate the physics behind it, like the science. A bat is just an instrument, right? It's not really cheating if you're staying within the guidelines of what is legal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, okay, if you put the wood toward the barrel, right, toward the label on the bat, all of a sudden when you make contact, the ball goes farther. Go figure, you know? It's about balancing it. So, I think it's eye-opening. 15 home runs and 36 runs in 3 games is pretty crazy. But you got to give some credit to the players too, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. I feel like this torpedo bat isn't new. This was always available to all MLB players from years ago. When I heard from the podcast Talking Yanks when they interviewed Aaron Boone, where he spoke about the torpedo bats today. And even the torpedo bats, guys, it's not like you can go to your average sporting goods store and be like, hey, let me get that torpedo bat. You know what I mean? It's not like that. According to Aaron Boone, he explains it where they kind of go like deep in analytics and kind of go on each individual player. It's like customized for each player, these torpedo bats. And if you can even see the thickness on X player or a Y player, it's different. But they still got that torpedo bat where Mikey just explained where you put some wood parts in the sweet spot on where that hitter hits the most on the bat. So they put the wood there more. So I feel like it's not illegal. It's always so. I guess players. I didn't know about this too. You have 2 bats every game. You have to get approved by the MLB. So like they always approved it. It's not like anything special. So I feel like it's just that I feel like the Yankees had just tied the record of hitting so many home runs in like 3 games. So I feel like it became such an issue because we are the Bronx Bombers too, and they're like, it's always a. I feel like it's always an article when it like relates to us, like big market teams, right? So, at the end of the day, this guy Lanehart, some physicist from MIT, they hired to be a coach, but he thought of ideas and ways to kind of improve in offense, and he kind of thought of this idea of a torpedo bat. But now he's not even in the Yankees, guys. He works in the Marlins, so
Yeah.
So it's available. It's available for everybody, and they even said like Francisco Lindor opening day first 2 games 0 for 12 or 0 for 13 with the torpedo bat. So it's not like it's a plus, but I feel like it does help the hitter when it comes to contact.
Well, I think Mike, you were about to say something.
Well, this is what I think, right? The thing is, it has been available to people, but no one's used it because no one's seen people using it, right? And all of a sudden, Ellie De La Cruz uses it for the first time in his career, and he hits 2 home runs and bats
like
in
seven ribbies, yeah.
7, yeah. So it's like it's interesting. I was gonna say to you, Camden, it's like getting your golf clubs fitted. It's like getting fitted and getting how they gonna adjust golf clubs to be the most aerodynamic, ergonomic, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's what is happening here.
That-
Everyone can do it now.
That's pretty cool. I mean, like, we all know that if I mean, I'm a big golf guy, your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I love being on the sticks. Mr. Club Paradise, it's not just me being in the club, it's also me being in the clubhouse. Let them know. But for real, I think one of the things I think is kind of cool is that the customization really makes a big difference. Like I remember when I went and got my new driver, kind of my shaft fitted, and I was able to hit a lot faster and swing a lot harder without me going haywire. One question I really have for the group, especially YBK, do you think there's a little bit of a placebo effect in terms of these bats as well? Because it's not like these players can't hit the ball. It's not like they haven't been hitting home runs their entire career. It's not as though like, you know what I mean? It's not like they don't have the talent.
Yeah.
Do you think like the fact it's like, oh, like I got this thing kind of custom made. It's made for me. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? And where a guy like Lindor could go 0 for 12, but then, the Yankees, you put them on with them and they going 20 for 20. So do you think that there's a little bit of a placebo effect or do you think that these analytics really makes a big difference when it comes to the game?
No, I love how you say, excuse me. I love how you say placebo because shortstop for the New York Yankees, Anthony Volpe, quoted that when he uses the bat, it kind of feels like a placebo, like what you said, like, oh, I got this torpedo bat, So I feel like even he says it too. And I mean, I think he already has 3 home runs, guys. Start of the season.
Well, you want to know the interesting part? That's the perfect example of who to bring up because I would say that like it all does come down to analytics because the idea of the torpedo bat came from analyzing Anthony Volpe's swing data. That's where the whole idea stemmed from. They looked at his swing data and saw that because he hit the part of the bat that was thinner, his data showed that that's where he was most likely to contact the ball. We should move the wood there. And now all of a sudden he's got 3 home runs in 5 games, right?
Yep.
And even like I said, I thought Jazz Chisholm would have like a step forward. He's one of those players using the bat. Already has 3 home runs himself too. So I feel like it would be remiss to say it's not analytics, because that's kind of where the game has gone. 30 years ago, there was a young man named Theo Epstein, right, talking about we need to use analytics. We need to use analytics. He wasn't even 30 yet, right? And it was wonky, and it was this new, who's this kid coming in with this analytics? And you saw what it did with the '04 Red Sox, the '03 and '04 Red Sox. We saw how like analytics was important. So I think it's just the development of the game. It's interesting.
And I feel like going back to what Mikey said in the beginning about like people come to watch baseball to see home runs, like more than strikeouts or like a no-hitter. And I feel like it's time where offense finally can do some changes where it can help, or not even help, but like, try to improve these hitters in terms of what they can do. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I think it's like the crazy thing in Mikey, we played baseball, so we know like there was those favorite bats that we like to hit, or putting a little extra tape on it. So customization is not something that's new to the game. We've known it since we were kids. Hey, like you got to customize even your swag, how you hold your pants, what your bat feels like, all of these things. How do we feel about Aaron Judge saying he's not using the Torpedo bats? How do you feel about him, the captain being like, listen, like, I'm going to go with my old school joint because that's what I know and that's what I do. Do you feel like, with a player that exceptional, he's like, hey, I've practiced where to hit the ball in the sweet spot. I'm not worried about it. Whereas the rest of these dudes, they got to use their analytics.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly. Aaron Judge, there's no need for change. This guy hits 60 home runs, 55 home runs, like his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? So I feel like for Judgy, in terms of that too, it's like even him not even having a beard, or even him being clean, he's like, oh, even though the band's lifted, I'm still gonna keep it clean. Like, I feel like he likes to keep that tradition of just baseball in general too. And like what I just said, like why change an MVP? Why change the bat? This guy's raking it anyway. He hit 3 in that game. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs on Saturday. So that was crazy.
I love that dude from, I forget his name. He's one of those guys that's a batting coach. I've seen some YouTube videos. He shows the technique that he showed to players like Aaron Judge, which is you be snapping your wrists backwards. Exactly. You don't, and like then you turn into it. So it's not like just like swinging like a hard piece of lumber.
Yeah.
It's ill. If y'all check out some videos
video
about Aaron Judge's like hitting technique, like he don't need he a big boy.
Like you hit the cushion with the bat more.
Hits the
like
sweet spot already.
Before you swing, you hit the cushion. Like they practice that first as reps, and then when you see them swing, it's like, oh, what the heck? Like it's such a different philosophy of hitting in that term right there with that coach.
They hit the cushion?
Yeah, it's like before you hit, like that's the exercise. You have to like give strength to the cushion, hit it hard as you can with like the force you get. It's weird. It's weird.
It looks like golfing drills, bro. Like
Really?
you'd be putting things in your arms so that like you keep tight, and like you gotta make sure like let's make sure we hit this little thing that we got poking back there. It's cool. It is. It's very cool. So at the end of the day, skill of the player is going to trump the equipment, but it's also like there's a reason why in golf they went from using wooden drivers to now carbon fiber, right? But in baseball, everyone's got to use a wooden bat. That's it.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep trying to perfect what's the good way to do it. And for some players, it might make them make better and stronger contact. I'm for it. Like if you have to ask me yes or no, I'm for it. It makes the game more fun for me.
I like it too. Even though, like, of course, I'm in the Yankee. I'm a Yankee fan. It's happening to the Yankees. Like, I'm for it too. No, I'm biased too. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to jump on the analytics train. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school baby, but I'm gonna have to jump on the analytics train if it's working the way it's working. You know what I'm saying? Do we think this is sustainable? Do we think these type of scores are going to be something that we're going to be seeing throughout the year in 2025 for the MLB? 20-9, 14-6, 10-3.
You know what's cool though, and very interesting? Giancarlo Stanton used the torpedo bat in the 2024 postseason, where he went bonkers.
I was gonna say, and he was raking.
Yeah.
He was raking.
He was hitting that spot for show, Yeah, he was hitting that spot for show.
We might be seeing it. We might be seeing a couple months. If a team ain't hitting it, they might be going to torpedo bats.
Yep, we need him back.
The problem is if Rafael Devers strikes out and doesn't make contact on the ball, it ain't gonna help whatever bat you.
Bro, he's been struggling.
Yeah, whatever bat you're using. So I think the AL East is going to be an interesting division because already coming out the gates, like Red Sox look really bad, but the pitching has looked good. It's the hitting that's like we can't sustain.
Yeah.
And then you got everyone else in the division, bro, is winning. Yankees lost their first game today, but it's like you don't win every game. Rays winning games, Blue Jays winning games, Orioles whooped us today. So I feel like this is going to be a division of a lot of runs for sure.
We talked about this was one of the toughest divisions.
Definitely.
So you know what I mean? I think we'll see what happens. It's still early. I'm never giving up on my Sox.
Guys, I want to say one thing for your Sox right now before we move on to the next one. Garrett Crochet signs an extension with the Boston Red Sox. 6 years, $170 million for the Red Sox. A $4 million signing bonus, and he's getting a 28 annual value salary, guys.
Man, that's some big money.
He has an opt-out after 2030, and he has a club option if he available in 2032 if player spends. This is like if he goes to the IL for a whole year, there's a club option. They can pay him. But he got some nice Cy Young award, awards, bonuses here. If he wins Cy Young, that's $2 million from 2027 to 2031. Second place, third place, 1.5. Fourth place, fifth place, $1 million. 6 to 10, $500K. So if you're a top 10 pitcher, you're getting bonus.
You get some money.
But that's a great extension, I feel like, for y'all.
I'm a little nervous because, again, we're transitioning from a bullpen guy to a full-time starter. So let's really see if he's going to be able to do all this stuff, especially coming out for injuries and things like that. However, I think this was good. I think we didn't overpay. I feel cool about it.
I mean, he did show that, as a starter, he's solid. He's good.
He is solid.
So I feel like in a winning team, he's going to do better than the White Sox. Come on, guys. You know what I mean?
We just got to hit for him a little bit.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Give him offense. Exactly.
That's it.
Yep. But great signing, guys. I love it.
Man, speaking of winning teams, I tell you, the NBA, we got some playoff teams coming extremely close. We got a couple more games to the end of the season. The standings is flying left and right, especially in the West. One day, someone's in second. The next day, they're in fourth. Someone might be in the play-in. The next day, they might be not in the play-on. I can't believe it. I'm just baffled. If you guys aren't watching the NBA right now, you're missing out because these games have been unbelievable. One game that I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? We had a little issue many years ago. Call it the Malice in the Palace. But now we got a little 2025 version with the Pistons and the Timberwolves. Did you guys watch this game? And is it just me or is Isaiah Stewart always in the middle of something? Every year he got a new meme being like, I'm going to knock somebody's head off. Michael John, is it just me?
I love it. I love it. Let's see them get scrappy. I feel like everything's I'm a respect to Shea, but everything is like you get touched a little bit, it's a foul. You know what I mean? And that's the way the game is right now. Remember when they had to change the rule on Harden with the pushing into contact? Yeah. Like everything's like is a game. Look at whatever way. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I like when they get a little chippy and physical and can fight. Like, okay, 2-game suspension. All right. For the morale of the team and to be the enforcer. All right, bet. I'll take 2. Don't play with me. Quit playing with me. So I love it.
YBK, how we feeling about this? How we feeling about the fisticuffs in the building?
No, I totally agree with Mikey said. I wish I can repeat exactly what he said, but I'm looking at it though. There's 5 players and 2 coaches.
Ooh.
The 2 coaches were involved too, so this was like it was a dramatic event in that basketball court. But I love it. I love the action. You know what I'm saying? Dante DiVincenzo coming. It's like 1v5 kind of going on, felt like, when I watched it a little bit. But I love it. How'd you feel, David, when you saw that?
Listen, one of these things I gotta say. I don't know if DiVincenzo got a little, you know what I mean, been hanging out with the brothers, gone to one too many cookouts. Because when I tell you this man got no fear, I saw him talking joint to the last team when he got traded, when he went home to them saying, bruh, what, you ain't the truth, talking to the ex-coach. Then he's on his new team with the Timberwolves, fighting the Pistons, letting them know, listen, man, don't let this little 6'6" fool you. You know what I'm saying? I'll still body you in this game. I think it's one of those things where I really enjoy it. There's been so much kind of, you know what I mean, saying we call it panhandling, you know what I mean, pea-footing, you know, there's many people, you know what I'm saying, pea-footing in the building. I don't like none of that. I don't like dudes who making $40 million a year, $50 million a year, even $50 million a year. They're like, oh, I got a scratch, I got a boo-boo, take me out, blah, 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 blah. I don't like that. Listen, y'all grown men, act like grown men, and sometimes you got to put hands on them up. It's just how it be. Sometimes you just got to let a brother know, listen, I ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? I went to the court the other day. Mo tried to play me thinking I was about that life. I said, listen, don't let this little size fool you. You know what I'm saying? And then when I posted him down in the paint, he got a little upset because he didn't know I got all this size on me. So shout out to DiVincenzo. I'm with the boy. I'm definitely with the boy.
I love that. And I also feel like both of those teams will be an entertaining team to play in the playoffs. Like talking about how playoff teams, both of them is in a good spot, right? Minnesota, they trying to get out of the play-in right now. They are half a game out from getting out of the play-in. So it's gonna be interesting. And then you got Detroit, who's not in the play-in. They in the 5th seed, so a great turnaround for each team. I feel like both teams do have a relatively high chance of winning a playoff series. Just depends on how the seeding shakes out.
I have one question I have for YBK. Hey, where was your boy Anthony Edwards? Where was Aaron at?
He wasn't playing that game?
I don't know. I didn't see him run to the fisticuffs. I thought
he was playing. He was playing.
I thought he would be one of the first few brothers to be up in the building.
Dante's pretty new, right? I guess he didn't earn his respect yet.
He said next year. He said next year.
Maybe a year or two. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Ant said, I'm trying to be the face of the league, bro. I ain't trying to get knocked out.
Exactly. I can't get suspended.
Yeah, keep him out of trouble for sure.
Because didn't Edwards get suspended for foul trouble for like this year? Yeah, technical fouls.
Yeah, he went over.
So he don't want another. I feel like he don't want another one of those. You know what I mean? Add it to his resume. He's like, nah, I can't afford that. I gotta be the face
They
of the
need
league.
him right now because there's a lot of teams that's surging. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies are have been one of the only teams in the top seeding there that hasn't really been playing well. They've been playing really bad. You got the Clippers surging. You got Timberwolves surging. Golden State going crazy. Lakers and Nuggets is still hanging around.
Lakers. After we talked about the Lakers, they won the 2 Grizzlies and the Rockets won.
Yep, they needed those too. Rockets still have own like their own future, like their fate here, because they just have to go 500 over 6 games to keep that, to basically hold that. If they win 4, I think they for sure will hold that over the Lakers, right?
Did you guys see that last Lakers and Rockets game, YBK?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you feel?
And I loved it.
Did you feel good?
And I loved it.
Feel like the young guns?
I got 2 things about this game right here that I really liked.
Okay.
Lakers small ball defense is not actually bad. They pretty much kind of did well for this whole game entirely for the whole squad, and I really enjoyed it. And in terms of offense for the Lakers, it's been kind of shared throughout. Gabe Vincent dropping 20 and 24 points is wow. I'm like, wow. I like it. According to like articles I read, LeBron James said that he is like ready to kind of give Luka like the main kind of scoring option. So like, but that doesn't mean like 16. He did 16, 8 and 4 this game in his Rockets game, and I feel like as a second scoring option, I feel like you could do more. And I feel like after his injury, after he came back from that groin, it's been a little different though for sure.
100%.
Yeah, it's
100%.
been different. And I feel like for the Rockets, one takeaway I found out that I saw it was, who's your number one scoring option? Who's your leader in your squad right now? And I feel like in terms of where we are in the schedule of the NBA, it's tough to not have that when you're going to the playoffs. Who's gonna be your leader and like kind of lead that team? To the end. I didn't really feel that.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
I don't know
that.
if Jalen Green's ready for it yet. We'll see, because he's like the young bull.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's who's got to. Of course, Amen Thompson's nice too, but I feel like he's more like versatile type player.
Facts.
And then you got your boy Dylan Brooks, who's like that Marcus Smart type build, right? You got Alperen Şengün, who like, I'm not going too far with it, but more like a Jokic mold, like a big guy who has court vision and can run the floor. And then you got like Freddie VanVleet. So really it's no number one option, but it's like, even like what you said, like in here, the Lakers didn't even really have like no one go crazy. Like, when are you ever going to see Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, and Luka score 20 points all together in the same game again?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's the defense though, because I feel like if you look at like the rebounding battle, the Rockets won. You look at which team had more assists, the Rockets had more assists. But those turnovers, the 4 extra turnovers that the Lakers had forced on steals, it made a big difference. And same thing with fouls. Like 5 less fouls by the Lakers, 5 more fouls by the Rockets. Like those are the small difference that win you a 6-point close game, when you a top 4 or 5 seed. When you're in a playoff series, those is going to be even more magnified, those moments. So I trust the Lakers more at this point. I ain't going to lie, over the Rockets. But the Rockets got a lot of talent, bro. Let's not sleep on Ime.
For sure.
I think it's interesting to see these young Rockets team, even OKC, where it's like like I said, like throughout an 82 game season, they can run you out the gym, they can jump you out the gym, they can play. But it's like when it's like kind of like that boiled down possession by possession, kind of close games under 120 type of scoring, I think that's where I kind of have an issue, or I'm a little nervous with these younger teams. The Lakers, LeBron has not been playing well. I think they need to sit him a little bit, maybe a couple games, let him kind of regain a little bit of time, because we do have a huge, OKC, Rockets, Grizzlies kind of schedule coming up in this next week. Michael John, is it just me? Did LeBron come back too early? Like, what is the situation here? Because he is not playing well.
I think he's just 40. That's it. I don't think nothing wrong. I'm not thinking that it's he played a lot of games this year still. He getting a bit older. Y'all, this is what I really think. I think they're trying to get the highest seeding they can. That's what I think, because they're a particularly good road team.
Yeah.
One of the few that isn't in the playoff, or that isn't in the play-in tournament. They're the one team from the West that has a losing record on the road. So that's what, to me, it says. That's what, if I had to think about why are they trying to jockey for positioning, that's why. Because you want to play 4 games at home versus 3. That's what I think.
Yep.
Okay, you think that's smart? You think that's smart having playing LeBron right now and really running after this seed to kind of get it for the playoffs, or do you think we're gonna kind of get a little issue later on?
I feel like at the same time, when you think about LeBron James too, and with this competitiveness, like even if the Lakers wanted him to rest, I feel like he won't rest at this time. Knowing LeBron, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if JJ Redick's like, yo, rest today, he's gonna be like, no, like we got so what do you mean right now? I gotta go, I gotta get my suit on. I gotta suit up for this. So I feel like if it's this point right now, just then we gotta get that, exactly what Mikey said, just get that highest seeding we can. Try to get that second seed.
Well, what do you think about like Anthony Davis playing? How about that? Did y'all think Anthony Davis was coming back? Because I didn't think Anthony Davis was gonna come back, bro.
Not at all.
Did he drop some numbers when he came back?
No, he's been very a pretty
Is it
quiet
solid?
actually
Oh,
since he's
okay.
come back, but they letting him go. Like the first couple of games he came back was like 5 of 19 shooting and 7 of 23.
Okay.
But that's kind of to be expected when it's like, you know what I mean? You just making your way back in. It's still a new team. You barely had time to play, an injury riddled team. So, but hey, you trying to get into the playoffs? They trying to at least. And Suns can't win games, bro. And y'all saw KD. KD got the sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Saw that.
So KD's out for another week. Like they done, bro. They're cooked. And
I
I
feel
think
like
he's on his way out of Phoenix.
they're gonna just try to be like, hey, why not? You know, AD, you good, you healthy, like why not? Like, you know, just let's throw you in there and try to get that, you know, try to fight for play-ins. I mean,
Let's get the
not
fans
bad.
on our side because we traded our best player and a generational
Wow, that's a
talent.
great
so like,
point.
let's give you
At least we'll give you some play-in like tickets. Let's go, like, you know.
So ideally, would you want the West to end as it is now, basically? Like, because I would love I've been said this maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago. I would love the Lakers and the Warriors in the first round, bro. I would love it.
Looking like that right now.
I mean,
if
they're six
Yep.
seed.
So Warriors took out Memphis tonight, and they officially moved a half game ahead of Memphis. So if it ended right now, the Lakers, bro, would be playing the
The
Warriors in the
Grizzlies.
first round. I
that
would love
that would be must see TV, baby. Must see
Battle of West
TV.
Coast.
Did you guys just see this game? I know we've been on you know on live for a second, you know what I'm saying, running our
Oh,
job.
it ended.
Did you see what happened with Steph? How many did he have?
12.
What?
Wow.
That's a 50
How many
piece, a
how
50
many
burger.
points? 50 birds.
He went 52, 10. What? Curry went 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 52 points. Yo,
almost had a 52
he almost had a triple double.
Oh,
That would have been nuts.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, man! That's
When
this
you a shooter, you a shooter.
This boy nasty. This boy nasty.
Ja Morant went 36, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, but man, Chef Curry chefed it up with that 50
Curry
burger.
said, "Nah, bro."
Woo!
Gotta hold my
At Memphis. At Memphis too. This is
Hold
crazy.
my beer real quick. Hold my joint
Wow.
real quick. I got you.
That's amazing.
Dang.
Guys. Damn.
The
It's-
Warriors have continued success, bro, with that ever since Jimmy came to town.
It changed their whole dynamic. Damn.
I think he's
Wait, so
worth
if I
every dollar that
refresh
they
this
paid for
page
him
now,
so
if I
far.
refresh it, so yeah, it'll be yep. Oh, I see.
Right, yeah, right. I'm looking at the live
Yeah,
standings.
you're
right.
right.
Now.
You're right. It'll be Lakers, Warriors,
Yeah,
Denver Grizzlies, Rockets
Yep.
7 seed, and then 1 8 seed.
That's gonna be beautiful. I cannot wait for this. I'm hoping that it gets locked in as is right now. This would be lit.
yeah.
And
And
I feel like
the thing is,
Yeah.
the Dallas Mavericks and Sacramento Kings ain't gonna have much of a choice,
Yeah,
and much
yeah.
of a chance to make it versus the Clippers and the Timberwolves. So I like that top 8 though. That's a competitive playoffs. Oklahoma City going crazy, y'all. Like they making a little charge towards 70.
they are.
They won 10 in a row. They need 7 more.
They're 10 and 0.
They got
What do their
rested,
schedule look like? Let's look at the schedule and how the OKC schedule looks like. So, oh wow, I went. Okay, I'm just gonna go on Google.
I think we play the Lakers.
So OKC plays Pistons,
Yep.
Rockets, Lakers back to back. Suns, Jazz, Pelicans. So honestly, it's not that bad, guys.
If they get to the Suns, Jazz, Pelicans games and they still haven't lost, their bench could win though.
Wow. That's nuts,
Yeah.
guys. Like, season's over in 12 days.
12 days.
That's nuts.
12 days to the NBA playoffs.
Playoffs, yep.
Let's go.
We're going to that bracket now.
What are you feeling about the fact that Cleveland has kind of been like just so?
Just
I
mid.
Right, for the
listen, I told you in the beginning of the season, I'm not worried about Cleveland.
Yeah.
I was never worried about them. I felt like there was a wonderful regular season team. I felt like y'all gonna do y'all thing. Y'all gonna win a bunch of Johns. No problem with that. But during the playoffs, when it really counts, Cleveland without LeBron, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Cleveland.
Without
for
LeBron, you out your mind. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do a quick.
I understand, but no.
In the West Side, for me, I'm saying OKC can get eliminated by a first round. Could happen. Could very happen. Max second, just like last year.
It could happen
Yeah.
because the Clippers or the Timberwolves, they're not scrubs.
No,
They ain't
not
scrubs.
Not at all. Not at all.
Facts.
What do you think? Because I remember y'all when we talked about a few weeks back about the Bucks, like were y'all feeling
Where
like
are
because
they?
the Dame Lillard situation and
So is he
Just
out for the
like-
season?
He gone.
Dame?
He gone.
He's
He
like
out
Wemby.
I think indefinitely. I don't think like they
that's
haven't
tough.
announced exactly what's good, but like it you got to hear an update to be honest.
I feel
before
like if the playoffs ended now and with the Knicks Bucks right now, the Knicks have depth, bro. Giannis can't do it by himself, I think.
yeah, no Brunson, Brunson's still coming back from the ankle.
Oh,
Because he's been out. So.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about Giannis against the Knicks. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for JT to kind of get a little healthier so that he can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and call it a day. That's really what that's what it all boils down to. The rest of these bums,
I love that.
I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about these bums.
Yes, the playoffs begin April 19th on Saturday. Play-ins are April 15th to the 18th.
12 games left.
Woo!
Are we still feeling 12 days left? Are we still feeling confident in our predictions? Are we still feeling good about, okay, we got our Lakers are going to be all right. We think the Celtics are going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? We think maybe it's going to be Cleveland and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference. We might see the Lakers and Joker. What are we still? How are we feeling? Are we still feeling good?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say straight up, I'll take Boston coming out the East, and if I had to pick right this second coming out the West, I say like even though Oklahoma City should be the favorite, my gut is telling me that Golden State's gonna go for a run.
What?
Wow. No
For some reason, I just feel like Kerr is a good playoff coach, and their team wasn't that good when they went on the run a few years ago. And they went to the finals. It wasn't that star-studded. Clay wasn't the same old Clay. Jordan Poole was their premier other option too on offense.
22 points per game that year.
That's true.
Yeah, so think about it. I mean, they could. Gary Payton going down doesn't help them, but
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't see them coming out the first round if they play the Lakers. I'm just letting you know that right now. I don't see them coming out the first round if they play my boys. But we'll see what the seeding looks like. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. I'm not too concerned though. I got my Lakers, you know what I'm saying? That's my team. That's my peoples.
I would love a Lakers Celtics. We know that. We already know.
Lakers Celtics finals will be legendary, guys. We have to go to one. That'll be too much money though.
We might. Somebody's gonna have
SeatGeek gotta sponsor us.
Listen, Mikey would be the only one to be able to afford it because in LA we will not be able to get a ticket. But he might be able to get one at the Garden. He might, you know what I'm saying? He might be able to be up in the stands.
I'll be up in the stands for
I don't have to sit down. I don't gotta sit. I don't gotta sit. Let me just stand. Let me be there. Let me just be there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just get my Coke.
Anybody got a playoff plug? You know what I mean? Any of our listeners got a playoff plug? Let them know.
Or SeatGeek, let us know. Come on.
One of the MSD crew people gonna be there. One of us will be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All three of us don't have to. Just one of us. Shoot.
It'd be great though if all three of us do go.
That would be. Come on.
NBA Finals, guys. Whew.
Speaking into fruition, we'll cover one of these one day.
We'll see what happens.
Wow.
Guys, I want to talk about a little something that's coming down the pipe.
Okay.
No, just a little. I'm a big rule guy. Not that I follow the rules, but I'm a big rule guy. I like to know, you know what I'm saying? When I'm speeding on the 405, I like to know what the you know what I mean, the miles per hour is suggested to be. So just in case if I see some popo, I can slow my behind down and make it work. It's just, you know what I mean? You never know what's happening. But the NFL, okay? The NFL, you know, my favorite time, okay? Has had a little meetings over the last couple of weeks. They had a little owners meeting. They had a little situation. And we've talked about this. You know what I mean? We talked about a couple of these things coming to fruition over the course of this podcast. One is a change that will allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime during the regular season. Okay? So that means if I go down and I score the jump, the other team gonna come back. They got a chance to score the jump. So a touchdown does not end the game any longer during the regular season. Now in the playoffs, still that gag, still that situation. You feel me? But in the regular season, we all right. How we feeling about this rule, guys? If you score, I score. We back in college, baby. It's back and forth to the end until I stop you.
I like it. It gives the team the opportunity to score back. You know what I'm saying? It's not just I lost the coin toss. Oh, like you score touchdown, I'm done. Like my QB can't get the ball. Like what? So I feel like this gives opportunity for the other team to score because you don't have to go off by luck now. In a way, you know, I feel like
what's the difference in this new policy? Because I thought when they amended it originally, it was like each team gets a possession. If I score a touchdown and then you score a touchdown, now it becomes sudden death. So is it different than that? Like, what has there been like a
so if I kick the field goal, you score a touchdown, or I score a touchdown, right? It's over. That's how it's been. But if now if I score a touchdown, you can score a touchdown.
Yeah, but I thought that's how it was, to be honest. I thought that they had already, or maybe it's just the rule hadn't been put into effect, to be honest.
They hadn't put into effect. They was like, if you kick a field goal, the game don't end.
Right.
Which back in the day, all you had to do was get past the 40, get to the 37, 35, kick the field goal, you was fine. Now it forced teams this past year, it's like, oh, you got to score a touchdown. So it forced teams to actually go all the way down and actually score. So if you kick a field goal, I can just go do my thing. Now, right, if I get the ball, I'm Patrick Mahomes. You know, I go down, I do 4th and 2, I convert, you know what I mean? Then I score a touchdown. It's no longer the game's over. Like you know, your boy Josh Allen had that situation. Now, Josh gets the ball.
Exactly.
And he can go down and score a touchdown. The real question is, are the people going to be going for 2 points, or is the kicker going to be the deciding factor? Because we did see over the course of the season, kickers missing the extra points to either lose games, not win games, or not send them into overtime. Is this going to put a little bit more pressure on these boys? Or is coaches going to say, we going for 2 every single time?
I mean, I'm not going for 2. I'm just trying to score a tutty. That's it. And the thing is, they didn't change the time period. So I'm reading it right now because I needed to quickly understand. Like, because last year you could score a touchdown and the other team could then possess the ball and score a touchdown, and then it was sudden death. And so now, like, I'm having a hard time understanding is like what the big difference is. But basically, it's like you can bowl. It wasn't a touchdown. If you score a field goal, the other team could then get the ball.
Right.
Like I thought, like I didn't realize that touchdown straight up ended. Now the touchdown don't end it, but only in the regular season. Why that? I mean, I feel like this all started whenever Mahomes and Josh Allen had the shootout, and then Mahomes won the coin toss and got the touchdown. So it's like I feel like okay, if it's regular season, who really cares? It's really playoff ball.
Right.
I agree.
Right. I think what you know what
they want to test it out.
Yeah, the history of rules. They've always said we're going to implement it in the regular season, and then we're gonna, you know, be able to review it over the course of all these different games, and then if we want to implement it in the playoffs, we can do so. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one of those situations which I'm really, really excited about. Mikey, there was another rule that I think you would want to know about. I don't know if did you hear about that other rule? Did you want to let the people know about this little situation, or do you not know? Did you hear about this?
Well, tell me what's good. I want to hear.
Listen, so you know, I mean, I remember last time we was talking about this miraculous game with Josh Allen, and how I told you how his you know, I mean, his body, his chest didn't cross the line with the ball. Now, okay, the NFL has proposed and has put into effect that on first downs, they were going to be having an electronic little line so that if the ball crosses the first down on that line, they're gonna have it on a nice little automatic joint. It's no longer gonna be the chain gang. So you know what I mean, you're gonna have a nice little more virtual situation for that call. And I think, you know what I mean, it benefits you know what I mean, your boy Superman, because he was literally a chest away from winning that game. YBK, how do we feel? How do we feel about, you know what I mean, this rule with, you know what I mean, the first down now being, you know, an eye in the sky?
Wait, can you explain that one more time? Like, what was
Okay,
it? What was the?
I got you. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna read you, Sam, exactly what it
Okay.
is, right? So they're gonna use their camera technology, which is like 8K cameras from
Okay.
six
Damn.
six different angles that's gonna track the ball's position on the field so that if it's the crucial play, that it's not coming down to the naked eye, love like the referee's choice, because it's so when it's that sort of like a minute difference, like an inch to millimeters, centimeters,
Yeah.
they're gonna use the call in the cameras, call in the
Oh, so it's like
Hawkeyes.
a replay kind of thing, but there's no limit to it, kind of thing, or is there a limit to it?
No, there is a limit to it because the chain gang will still be running, and it's just going to be for more crucial plays,
Oh, I
essentially,
see. I see.
right?
That's
When
great.
it's just those super small yardage plays. I like this one.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of seems like archaic to say that like in the biggest game of the year that we're gonna just whatever the referee called when we're looking at like replays and we're like, well, one kind of shows it this way, like let's not have no kinda or like like maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Let's just use the technology we have to make it definitive. I love that.
Exactly. Exactly. I have two things about it. It's like, why not use the technology we have and get better with these replay systems and get actual data and detail to make the game kind of seem fair instead of like someone else's judgment and be like, no, this is not, you know what I'm saying? It's not first down, you know? And the second thing though, it's like in the MLB where they added the ABS system with the balls and strikes and spring training. It does slow down the game and it does slow down the momentum of that team or that athlete. Your sweat does go away. You kind of have to get that back. That lock-in mode you have to get that back. It does kind of like affect the game, but I kind of like it though because we're going to an age of technology where we want details, we want data, we want proof. So I like it. I like it.
You know, as a strategist and as someone who, you know what I mean, is privy to the fact that human error allows you to win, lose, and possibly capture glory, I'm not loving this, to be honest. You know what I mean? I think for me, you know, there's a point of two challenges. I would rather them up the challenges than add a replay assistance to the game because of the fact that, you know, what if I have a hurry up or it's 4th and 1 before or 3rd and 1 and you know they thought maybe I didn't get the first down, so I do a quick hurry up play, you know what I mean, so I can kind of, you know, change the momentum and kind of change that
Mm.
type of style. Instead, like you said, YBK, now they're gonna slow the game down. They're gonna go to the replay. You know how it goes with the cameras and all these things. So I'm just a little concerned about that situation in terms of my quick plays.
Makes sense.
The
And
league said this, though. Can I tell you what the league said regarding that?
Yes, sir.
tell
The
us.
league said that the entire measurement process will take roughly 30 seconds, which will save about 40 seconds compared to manual chain gang measurements.
Able to execute on a regular basis. I think that's where it boils down to, and Philly has it down to a science. And I don't know. I feel like it's like the torpedo bats. It's nothing's illegal. We're not y'all just hating. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
if
there needs
everybody
to be
could,
data.
yeah,
They need to get data on it. If you're gonna ban something, like the only reason I feel like it would be reasonable to ban it is if you have data that suggests it's injuring people, but only two teams run this play frequently, and that's the Bills and the Eagles. So it's like I'm not really sure. And people think it's a cheap play because it's like 87% is the conversion rate on 163 times that it's been done. Okay, well, some plays for some teams is easier and some plays is harder. Like for Mahomes' little rollouts, remember he kept doing little bootleg rollout, on 4th, 3rd and short versus Buffalo. All right, well that was easy for them. Like it don't mean But you do have different opinions coming from these meetings because you even have Andy Reid saying like the medical side of it is the most important because yeah, a player hasn't been injured by it, but if maybe more players, like we'll have to see. Like me, I think that if there's health and safety for the players, then it's a hell of a play. If it's a health risk, then we need to reconsider plays because that's what we've done with a lot of things. For a long time, it was okay to do a hip drop tackle, and then we realized it led to a lot of injuries. So now that's an illegal tackle, right? They just voted that one last year.
Yeah.
So seems a bit like they was sipping on a little of that orange flavored haterade.
For
Oh
real.
no.
For real. With some extra hate. You know what I'm saying? Instead
Oh
of the
my
sugar, they put the hate in
gosh,
that mug.
that's
I'm
too
like, dang.
crazy.
Listen, you know how it be. Listen,
After we win the Super Bowl.
it's gonna happen to us, you know what I'm saying? People gonna try to steal the wave, try to steal the flow, MSD, it's just what we do, you know what I'm saying? And so I get it. You know what I mean? When you the greatest, you the best, they gonna hate you.
Yep,
And
yep.
I'm welcoming all haters in the building. I'm welcoming them all because we're gonna be chilling, baby. We're gonna be chilling. I know we don't really talk about this sport very much, and we're gonna transition a little bit from the NFL, right? Which is one of my favorites. It's one of my absolute magnificent situation to the NHL. And I know a lot of times, you know what I mean, it might be a little interesting having the brother lead the hockey discussion. However, I am a man of history, okay? I'm a man who just loves the passion of the game. And I love when guys are doing things that they've never done before. And one guy I gotta talk about, okay? Alex Ovechkin, okay? Alex Ovechkin, okay, has now netted 891 goals, okay? He just beat my Bruins, which I feel a little bad about, 4-3. He had a goal in that. The man is only 4 shy from the great Ice him like Gretzky, my boy, Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Only 4 away, and the man got 8 games left in the regular season to possibly break this record. You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to grow up in Boston, Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Mikey knows. You know what I mean? I grew up in a wonderful place called Neponset. You know what I'm saying? I was able to do my thing, hang out with my peoples, and I actually was able to skate a couple times. They taught me the wave. They taught me the game, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This joint is hard. Okay, it is not easy to be walking around or running around with a puck in one hand, your head on a swivel, and the possibility of a bigger behemoth knocking you out of the joint. I seen Ovechkin's teeth. The brother's missing about 25 of them. Man got about 3 of them. 1 for the apple, 2 for the molars. But other than that, the boy is cooking with gas. Did you guys ever think that this guy was going to be taking over Wayne Gretzky? And did we ever think that it was going to be this fast?
This is like one of those seems like an unbreakable type record. You feel?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like one of them. No one's ever had 900 goals in their career in NHL. So he creeping up on that. Greatness needs to be recognized. So I appreciate you bringing it up, David, because I know hockey ain't one of like the main rotating sports, but we talk all sports, and that's definitely worth recognizing greatness when you see it. 891 goals for Ovechkin now. Is that right? 890, 891.
891.
He's 4 away from the record. So I don't know what if he gonna catch career goals for Gretzky, which is I think he had like a buck. He also has the most playoff goals of all time too.
Oh.
Wayne Gretzky's the GOAT
The
when
GOAT.
it comes to that.
We go.
And then
We go.
you know what? Maybe this goal record's gonna be broken, but no one will ever touch his assist record. But that's okay because no one thought that this one would be broken.
YBK,
What you think about this?
Yeah. What you feeling about the situation?
I mean,
891. That's a lot.
It's always great to see greatness being gratified, I guess. Like, I love to see records that are broken. And when you see records that are broken, like, you recognize the past record holder, give him his respects, and then also give this person his respects of almost record breaking. So this is great. And like what Mikey said, like I do feel bad for the NHL fans that are listening because I'm not really much of an NHL fan. But this is great, guys. Like, this is record breaking and good for Ovechkin. And I'm just seeing here, like, Wayne Gretzky, 4 Stanley Cup championships. You say he's the GOAT, right? So, man, I'll just leave it there. Let's get it. You're beating the GOAT.
I have one question for Mikey before we wrap up for the night. Okay. Do you remember? And I know it's been a minute. You know what I mean? Do you remember? Excuse me, my camera's jacking up. But do you remember when Alex and Crosby, Ovechkin and Crosby, were battling, and they thought that Crosby was better than Ovechkin? Look at Ovechkin now. I think Crosby has been out the league for a couple years now. Ovechkin is still cooking, looking, you know what I mean, with gray in his beard, snaggle tooth. You know what I mean? But still cooking with guys. I can't believe it. Did you remember that back in the day when they were trying to say that Max Crosby within him?
He's nice. Don't get it wrong. Crosby's still nice. He's still cooking too. He ain't making as many goals as Ovechkin is, but he's more of like assist. Like that's where he at now because he's got like 70, 80 points this year, which is not bad. He's 37. He getting old, but that sort of greatness, that's hard to sustain. You feel?
Yeah.
But they both in that like late 30s. I don't think he's 40 yet. Oh, he's 39. Ovechkin.
Yeah. Ovechkin 39.
He got one more year. He gonna have 40 goals at 40 years old.
That's crazy.
This boy.
For the 16th time, I think something like that. 16th or 14th time in his career. That's like unreal.
Yeah, but Sam, I'm gonna just give you because I know you love numbers and stats is your thing. Wayne Gretzky has 1,016 career goals, right? The next closest is Alexander Ovechkin with 962. That includes regular season and playoffs.
And playoffs, wow.
Wayne Gretzky has 2,223 career assists. The next closest is 1,379 by Mark Messier.
Did you just hear that? 2,200
with the points. Wow.
Yeah, so points wise, Gretzky is 3,200, and the next closest is 2,182.
Wow.
So it's that's like unmatched.
That's like Tiger Woods. That's like Tiger Woods' greatness when he was on his run. Like it's just like, oh my goodness,
that's crazy.
That's why he's called the Great One. Wow. Listen, YBK. How many times you got brothers bringing up the NHL? When I tell you Wayne Gretzky was that guy, that guy.
That's crazy.
New York Islanders, that guy. Boy, pull up some Wayne Gretzky highlights tonight before you go to bed. See
I will. Check it out.
Make you thought he was he had a little bit of brother in him. The man was moving so fast, shaking and baking. It's crazy.
Damn.
I love it. I love those sort of records that feel unbreakable. It's like we might have to make a little skit out of that one too, about like which ones is the most possible to get broken. But like some that come to mind, I saw some people talking about it. Like Wilt averaged 50. Wilt averaged 50, bro.
I feel like another record.
Is that not insane?
50 points per game in the season,
and 50 points per game in the season.
What?
He averaged 50.
Wait,
bro.
That's crazy.
No one's gonna beat that.
50
like
points,
no one's gonna
minutes.
catch Cal Ripken. You know Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh yeah, the
Sam.
consecutive games played, 2,130.
2,600. 26. So I think
I also think the Joe DiMaggio 56 game hitting streak is also going to be unbeatable. No way. No.
If there was one that I think that could get beaten, it might be that one. We're gonna have to talk. We'll talk about this one. We'll save some of that one. I like that. That's
I like that.
The list for
I like that. All right.
We're gonna have a little more content coming down the pipe. I know that we've been putting out some shorts on Reels and join on the IG and some more coming up on YouTube. But I'm excited, man. I know we're gonna have to pop up some more for the people for sure.
Yo, they love it. The people love it.
Listen, and we love them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. RCR Presents MSD Sports. Everybody, that was episode number 27, guys. Wow, we came a long way, and we still got many more. My name is Sam. You can find me at YBK up in here. We got Mikey over here. You can find him at Michael John DeStefano, and you can find Camden here at Mr. Club Paradise. You can find us, MSD Sports, at RCR MSD Sports. We are on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it. And we'll see you guys in the next card. Peace!
Peace.